What's up, folks? Mark back here with another video, and on today's show, I've got Eric Rossi from the Guy with the Eye YouTube channel, and we are going to have a small yet invigorating conversation about this is my topic. I've been chomping at the bit all day to talk about this. What defines pro gear? Ever since I released the video of I am not impressed with the Nikon D5 and the D500, I have gotten nothing but ridiculous conversational comments about, oh my god, you're completely dumb, and no other, nobody can beat the Nikon D500 or the D5 in terms of this, that, and the other. So I just want to have a conversation about this, and let's get Eric's point of view on the whole topic, and then we're just going to blast it wide open and see what happens, okay? So...
I mean, it's a very easy answer. I don't know how you didn't think of it already. The best pro gear is just the most expensive body.
Yeah.
Right? You're the best. I mean, I think we're done. You can stop recording.
Well, the thing that I'm generally most concerned about, I think this is, I don't think it lands in people's laps as often as it should, but when they think more expensive, they automatically think that that's automatically better. And I do think, to a large extent, that the more you spend on something, some people will say you get what you pay for, but I have to say that I have not necessarily found that always to be true. Not always.
Yeah.
I mean, I found some pretty comparable gear in my day that has lasted just as long as any of the pro stuff that I bought.
I'll tell you what, just an example of that. I have the, not sponsored anyway, Logitech MX Master mouse on Mac, even though this is one of the most top-rated mouses out there right now.
Yeah.
Mises.
Mises.
Whatever you want to call it. This thing sucks with a Mac. But I still use it because it's the best. It's very comfortable. But it disconnects so freaking much, it is atrocious. Yet again, this is the best thing you can buy, but still, it has its drawbacks.
I thought this was the best one you could buy for a Mac.
Well, you're forced with it. This is stuck. Mine's just stuck in a drawer.
Oh, okay. Well, actually, I've been using this mouse here lately. It's I don't know what the hell it's called. It's called a JTD gaming mouse, but it's not wireless. But you know, you don't want a wireless gaming mouse. That's just atrocious. But honestly, for video editing inside of Final Cut Pro, which I know you don't do, by the way, I'm surprised. Final Cut Pro though, like the Magic Mouse is just magic in Final Cut Pro 10. It really is.
Adobe CC. Adobe.
So, do you think, and this is just my opinion, because I'm gonna regurgitate what I said earlier, and then just let you comment, okay? I basically said that Nikon is essentially raping their pro level customers, because anyone willing to spend that much money has got to either be a commercial shooter, someone that quite literally lives off the income that they make from their photography. They're raping their pro consumers because they spend the highest level of money that they possibly can on their flagship camera, and then they tell them that they still don't have all the features that a camera that $4,500 less than that particular camera has those features. And if you want them, you're going to have to spend extra to get them, including like the Wi-Fi connection, which is external, the battery pack, yeah. Not the battery pack, but the batteries. And there's a lot of other stuff that they keep off to the side because they know that if they're going to spend that money, they're going to try to increase the functionality. No one. I mean, you can't be pro if you don't have all that extra shit anyway.
100% agree.
So
my take on this whole thing is that, I mean, it's true, and it's just like the Apple philosophy too. They sell you the iPad Pro for whatever $800-900, but they still make you buy a $100 pen or pencil or whatever. So it is the same mentality that, you know, you're buying, and I know you're saying like the Nikon D5 to D500 is where you were getting a lot of trash on.
Oh, yeah.
So with that is, yes, the D5 is a $6,500 camera. But yet again, you still need adapters and everything like that. Like you were mentioning, that are $150 to $300 to $400, which is absolutely, and I know you're a very family-friendly channel, so it's absolutely complete horseshit.
Absolute horseshit.
I mean, and it is baffling, and I get that this is an expensive profession or an expensive hobby, and you grow with it. That's why all of my gear is literally secondhand. I've never once bought something new, maybe the D3000 back in 2011 or whatever that was new, before the 3100 came out, And it was kind of going from now, it's learning that, knowing that it is overpriced. Everyone acknowledges that, except the fanboys who disagree that, you have the, like, I made a Nikon D750 review, and I wasn't a big fan of it when it first came out. I do like it, but I didn't like it. Now people found that video, and they're like, screw you because you don't like the tilt screen, I'm like, you don't want to know why? Because I don't necessarily need it, and you're paying about $100 to maybe $150 extra just for it to be included. Without it, you're basically like the Nikon D610.
Right.
Once again, that's going to ruffle some feathers, but those are those fanboys who we're talking about here, really trying to get at you. And it's just that thing. It's the Nikon D500. It's $2,000. Will it be a fantastic camera? People will buy it? Absolutely. But I also agree with some Snap chicks. I don't know if you follow her a lot.
I do. She
said it is a little bit too late. Like, if this came out 2 years ago, I think this would have blew people's minds.
I actually said the exact same thing, and I was told that I was copying her. I think they said I was copying her. I had not even seen her video yet, but I had the exact same sentiment. I was like, if this camera had come out a year ago, even with its inferior video technology, and I'm sorry for all the people that buy these cameras and they say, well, why are you even talking about the video features? Everyone that does stills has to do video now. Period, end of story. Like, you cannot sell a stills camera and then not do video and do it well, in my opinion. Because I don't want to buy 2 sets of gear. I do both. Yeah. So having both all in the same rig is extremely important to me. And I think that some of these camera companies have already noticed that and have done the right thing.
Sony.
And I hate saying that because I'm genuinely not a fanboy. If Sony ever starts falling by the wayside, I will leave them just as quick as I left Nikon. And I was a Nikon fanboy. I loved Nikon. I had like 8 different Nikon bodies.
Well, there's a reason I'm still a Nikon shooter. It's because Sony still has some drawbacks that I don't care about.
Mm-hmm.
Or that just really throw me off. Battery life and everything of that sort. And it's just that whole, like, I have to buy 8 batteries to go shoot a wedding. No, that's horseshit. I shouldn't have to buy more than 2.
I'm actually not all that upset about the battery life. I gotta be honest.
Are you shooting weddings every other weekend? Or
no, not anymore. Thank God.
Yeah, because now you're using Sony. So, and that's not the case. And there's that are those drawbacks of that expense and everything that really makes all this in question. And that's why what makes this pro gear, what makes this pro blah blah blah. It doesn't matter what you have. I've seen Chase Jarvis, and his biggest saying is the best camera is the one you have with you. Yet again, people have shot weddings with this.
Yep.
Point on f-stoppers and petapixel. But you can have this and still be fine. You can still print. I have an 11x16 print hanging up on my wall right now, and it looks fantastic. I shot with the iPhone 4S of a landscape moving by. It's in focus, looks great, in my opinion. But that being said, it's just that fanboyism.
It is rampant. The fanboyism is extremely rampant, and I don't understand brand loyalty at all. I mean, it's not like they're coming over to assist your mother on her deathbed. It's like they don't know you. They don't give a shit about you. But people go out of their way to comment on my videos or other people's videos or whatever and go, hey, look, I just wanted to stop by. I wanted to drive by, fuck you, and say, by the way, your opinion is horrendous because it differs from mine. And I'm like, why would you even take out the time to tell me that you don't like the kind of camera that I'm shooting with? If it's getting me the job done, what do you care? But they do. They really care.
Those are the same people that will ask you on a side, like, hey, your video quality looks great.
It's not a Nikon. It's not a Nikon. I'm sorry, it's not. But it used to be. But
you have to be Candid to do videos.
Yeah, and honestly, I'm envious, or was, not so much anymore, because I do like the video quality that I'm getting from my Sonys. But I was very envious when I was a Nikon shooter, because Nikon was really, they were still heavily focused on the still side, and they had not really picked up the game on the video side hardly at all.
They still are, kind of.
No, a lot. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how this new video is going to look. They say 4K in both cameras. I don't know what the video quality is going to be. I don't know if it's going to be any good, because I've never played with it. So I'm not going to say, oh, it's going to suck. I'm just going to say, it's probably not going to blow any minds.
Yeah.
Not yet.
Not yet. But then that goes back to the point of that being a year ago when everybody else was really getting the 4K. Even Canon dabbled with it with their 1DC and everything.
Right.
They were still not doing anything. And that's the thing, pro gear.
Right.
It's not a thing. To me, there is no such thing as pro gear.
As a matter of fact, when you talk about pro gear, or when I talk about pro gear, I don't think that it exists. It is quite literally this unicorn, and the only person or people out there that think that there is such a thing as pro gear, they think durability, weather sealing, and price.
No, they just think it's full frame.
Or full frame, right? Yeah, that's definitely a requisite.
And it has to look the part. Those are the only two things.
Right.
Those are the unibodies that you get, which Canon really doesn't use anymore on anything, or it just has to be full frame, and that all of a sudden makes you professional. Now, granted, you might like my work, you might hate my work, you might think my videos are shit, or you might like my videos, but regardless, I do professional work, and that's the difference. There's no such thing as pro gear. It's doing professional work and getting paid for it. I think if you're actually getting paid and sustaining some kind of business, that makes you a professional over your gear. Once again, I've done a couple things with my cell phone that I've gotten business from.
Do you think we're at fault, though? Okay, and I'm posing this question because in order for a lot of us YouTubers to get paid, we have to pimp gear. I mean, we do. I mean, that's just the reality of it. Google's not paying my bills.
No.
Google AdSense is shit money.
It is absolutely garbage.
It is shit money. But
I mean, I'm not getting paid to rep anyone, though.
I'm not getting paid. No. They will send me some free shit from time to time. And then if I don't eat it, or I don't want it, or I don't care about it, I will turn around and I will sell it and recoup the time that I spent to make that review. And that's the only thing that keeps the review train going.
Absolutely.
But because of gear review videos and things like that, maybe we are perpetuating a consumerism mentality. Don't you think? Maybe a smidge. Maybe a smidge.
It's the fan. I have a feeling it's the YouTubers for the most part, are the honest ones that are trying to go against this. And there's a lot of us know, or even some of us smaller people who don't know. Maybe I'll classify myself smaller, obviously. But it's the even bigger YouTubers who are so inept with being at one camera store that defines them. They always use.
All right, look. All right, I'll bring up one that I think is tried extremely hard to not sit in that lot, and that would be like Tony Northrup, who has tried heavily to try and get people to realize that, look, we don't give a shit. I mean, we got enough money from our book sales, and we just buy them all because we want everyone to come and watch our videos. So we don't want anyone to think we're fanboy one way or another.
They are so gear agnostic; they're amazing.
Yeah, and I love that
person. And it is the thing. They have everything. Obviously, they're a little more financially stable than we are to get a lot of that stuff.
Yeah,
millions I don't know about.
I don't know how much he's making off those book sales. I mean, I don't know who's buying instructional videos for Microsoft anymore, but God love him for making them.
Serious? No, I 100% agree. I got to make some Photoshop picture or something and start selling it. But yeah, and like another one. Speaking of studies, like Jason Lanier, like.
Mm-hmm. Actually, I talked to him yesterday.
I like him. Hey,
yeah.
Jason, watching this. That's another thing, and once again, that goes back to this fanboy type thing that we may hint about in the video coming up from me. It needs to stop because that pro gear, that pro envy, it's just horseshit to me. There's no such thing. As I said, if you're a pro, you're making money at your craft. It's not because you own a certain piece of gear. You can go out and get a credit card right now, spend $4,000, get a fantastic 2.8 lens, a 24-70, and get a full frame body. But if you don't know what the hell you're doing, it's not going to do absolutely anything for you.
I absolutely agree. And I think that if people would quit worrying about the gear so much, if they focused more solely on improving lighting, composition, and technique, their photographs can look as good, if not better, than people that have spent hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars on all their studio gear. That's just the raw, honest truth. So if we want to get on to fanboyism, you'll have to check out the next video. That's right.
But yeah, I mean, do you think we hit, like, it still is, within what you're saying right now, have we hit the heart of the problem that you're having right now? Or pose it to me one more time, and we will try and really crush it.
Okay.
So, have we hit on anything that has been really harping on you with this gear stuff?
I mean,
what's still biting at you right now? Just to be like, listen.
Okay. The thing that ultimately gets to me is that people waste their time so much on chasing gear that instead of chasing gear, they could be chasing technique. They could be chasing their craft. But it's not education that I think that they genuinely believe it's going to improve their photography. They genuinely believe that if they buy, if they consume, if they just have that perfect piece of glass, if they just have that perfect body, then and only then will they become a great photographer. And that just pisses me off. It upsets me because they waste all that time chasing it. And then when they do finally get to a financial point where they buy it and they have it and they're out there shooting, their photography looks exactly the same. Exactly the same.
Because a lot of these bigger photographers, not even just YouTubers, bloggers, do say, and that's why I do kind of agree, do we cause the stigma? It's because those more well-known people say, hey, I have these trinity of glasses. This is what you need.
Right. And then
be it whoever you are.
Whoever it is, yeah. And then their audience chases that stuff, and that's it. And they stop.
I fell into it when I first started. When I realized I couldn't afford that and it really didn't do anything, I stopped that. And I bought used.
That's right. I always buy secondhand. It's the best way to get exactly what you want for an extremely steep discount.
100% agree. But, so do you feel better that this kind of came off of you? Like, did we hit at the heart of the problem?
I don't know. I mean, honestly, I think that the audience is going to be the only one to know.
We're going therapy right now. We're going therapy.
I feel very therapeutically cleansed at the moment. I'm at peace with myself, really.
But yeah, no, it's just the trolls out there who try and cause trouble, saying, "Well, you don't know what you're talking about." Another thing we kind of add to that is the whole preview versus review type of videos. By the way,
yeah.
Like, why the hell are you reviewing this? First of all, the title says preview. Second of all,
right,
it's just reacting to it. It's our form of blogging.
Yeah.
I'm an atrocious writer. I don't blog. I like to do video.
I vlog.
And we do it to start a discussion. Don't be a shit and actually discuss your opinion about it.
Yeah, I'm genuinely not a fan of the whole flame wars and shit like that because your opinion is yours, your money is yours. You spend your money on whatever the hell you want. It's none of my business. Yep. But if you'd like to discuss technical specs and all that kind of stuff, let's have a convo. But I'm going to shoot with what I want to shoot with. You shoot with whatever you want to shoot with. And I don't know how one affects the other in any way, shape, or form, so you should really not be pissed off. None whatsoever.
I agree.
All right, man. So that's this video on Pro Gear. We're going to cut this one off. If you want to hear the next video or watch the next video, we're going to be talking about some... we're going to, laser in on fanboyism in general, and that's Eric's topic. So we're going to get to that here in just a little bit. So check out the other videos, and we will link to them as they are uploaded. All right, guys. So thanks again for watching this video. We'll talk to you guys in the next one. Peace. Hey, so thanks again for watching my video. If you enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up to let me know that you did, and also share it on the internet with your friends, family, colleagues, and so on. And also don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more videos just like this. At any rate, thanks again for stopping here at the Photo Video Show. I'm your host, Smart Puckett, and I'll see you guys again on the next one. Peace.